Now the game's changed, so you change how you play, and you better get better. F it too late. Mask up your face and you learn to relate. Learn how to feel it and keep a full plate. Speech, preach, down on your knees. Millions of.
What's up, YouTube? It's YL, the White Elephant, and we have another Made Simple series today. It's gonna be a special one, cause we are gonna take a portal to the stars. Just kidding, but we are gonna go to Crystal Isles. Crystal Isles is a really awesome free map that anyone can use that has passive tameable wyverns. That's right, passive tameable wyverns. So we're gonna learn about the absolute easiest way to get one of the most broken mounts ever to hit Ark. So you load into the game in Crystal Isles, and you wanna make sure that, wait a minute, this is not anywhere that's gonna have tropical crystal wyverns. Nope, nowhere close. Rule 1, always make sure that you spawn in the right area. So you want the southwest area for tropical wyverns. That's what I recommend if you're getting your first one, because they're just really easy. There's not a lot of carnivores in the area that you have to worry about except an occasional Spino. And you can pretty much just do what you got to do in this area. Gather some stuff, build up a little base to get yourself set up till you're ready to do the tame. And, all right, I guess we have this Triceratops now. Rule 2, you need to level. So gather anything that you can gather. Build anything you can build. I like to do cloth hats at the very beginning of the game. Just build a bunch of cloth hats until you get a few levels on there. As you can see, they give you a lot of experience through the first few levels. You can also craft them while you're riding a dino and gathering to get even more experience. And as you can see, the levels just come on. Once you start to slow down leveling there, I usually switch over to foundations. I feel like this is a much easier level grind than trying to do a note run, but I do know that some people prefer leveling that way. It doesn't really matter what way you want to level, but you are gonna have to be at least level 65, because if you're not, and you try to go up and tame one of these stupid wyverns, you'll get all the way up to it, and then it's gonna be like, oh, yep. Don't say I didn't tell you. Rule 3, always be prepared. So at least level 65, have crystal or prime crystal in your slot 0. Make sure you've got parachutes or a glider suit just in case. And you're gonna wanna check out the map, make sure you're in the right area for the right kind of wyvern that you're trying to tame. And if you already have a good flyer, keep that thing on whistle follow, just in case you happen to have anything go wrong and you need to quickly catch back up to your tame. So rule 4 is you're actually gonna climb on its back first, because this is a passive tame, but it will take off on you. So use the wing or the tail and climb up there. It might take you a few tries. As you can see, it's really glitchy, it's very chaotic. It can even make your game lag as you're trying to ride that wing and it's bouncing you up and down. But with persistence, you will eventually be able to get on the stupid thing's back. Just keep trying, because eventually you'll find the right angle, you'll climb up there. If you have a glider suit, that can help because you can kind of double jump, and then you just have to kind of start getting onto him, and then you quick double jump and you can land in the back pretty easily. But eventually, even without a glider suit, it is possible. Now, once you're on the thing, you want to make sure you're positioned between these two spikes and crouched. This position will make sure you're not going to fall off unless you run into another tame or it happens to fly through a tree or something. Things happen. But from here, you can actually go ahead and start passive taming with whatever you're going to tame, crystal or primal crystal, to passive tame any of the crystal wyverns. So this same exact process will work on the blood wyverns, it will work on the ember wyverns, and it will work on the tropical crystal wyverns. You're not going to want to try to do this to the crystal wyvern heirs, because those are aggressive. Those are the dinos that are actually guarding the nests where you can steal the eggs for these as well, which is another method to tame them. That method is a little bit harder though when you're early on and you're just trying to get your first really good flyer. And with this passive process, really these almost replace getting an Argent as my first good flyer now when I'm trying to do a fresh start somewhere. If the cluster has crystal isles, you can go get one of these really easy as soon as you hit that level 65 barrier. And the Argent saddle is 62, I think. I'll have to double check that. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but the saddle for the Argent isn't that much sooner than the level 65 barrier to taming these things in the first place. If you're unofficial, of course, leveling takes longer, but really on most boosted or unofficial maps, you can pretty much just go ahead and passive tame one of these things. It takes a while, and as you see, he wigs out, just flies in every direction, sometimes flying in just a circle. And that's why it's just really important to stay crouched and be in the right position on the back to ride the entire tame without a whole lot of worry. Halfway done. And as usual for you guys, we have, of course, sped up and slowed down the video, cut out parts so you can just see the important bits in this Made Simple series. And we're getting there. You will notice that once in a while it will give you like a double feed when you're passive taming things in Ark. So make sure you're really paying attention to that, because it might just have one, you might be able to do two. And of course, the faster you passive feed those crystals to this thing, the faster it will be tamed. It takes just an insane amount of feedings to get these things without primal crystals. And unofficial, it might even seem like it's not worth it to do it at all, because your effectiveness is going to drop and the taming is going to drop so fast that it will just take forever. The primal crystals, you get those by either trapping a female wyvern and harvesting them from that dino after you've torped them out, just like wyvern milk with traditional wyverns. Or you can also kill an alpha version of one of these and get your primal crystals that way to tame these things with a higher effectiveness and much faster. But as we can see here, regular crystals works fine. This server is on ×3 taming, so usually ×2 or ×3 you'd be all right. And there we have it, our new crystal wyvern. This one is a tropical variant from the southwest region, and it has some pretty cool colors on it. Right now is the Easter event, so I'm not sure all those colors are natural. These things come in several different variants: Ember like that one, Tropical like this one. They each have their own different breath weapon, and there is also a blood variant that I don't have easy access to show you guys right now, but those also exist. Each of the breath weapons does a slightly different type of damage, so I'll do a video a little bit later and go over all of those. Now, once you've tamed it up, you just have to do one final thing, and that is always make sure you take this thing home. Of course, if you live on Crystal Isle, that'll be easier. Otherwise, just go to an obelisk or a drop and make sure you download that thing, and then you can head home and your dino will be waiting for you. You can, of course, upload your dinos back on the server you want to check them out on, either using an obelisk, or you can use a drop just like the one we used to download them in the first place. Or you can also use a transmitter if you happen to have that already set up on your base, like we do over here. And just like we did to upload it, we'll go into creatures, and this time it'll be under uploaded tames, and you download it. And there we go. We got our new tropical crystal wyvern. Got it home. Super easy. And that's all there is to it. So now you know how to get yourself a wyvern. These wyverns are good enough to run the trenches and get the traditional wyverns the brute method way, but we'll check that out in another video as well. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what kind of videos you want to see. This Made Simple series will be designed for tutorials of Ark, pretty much anything you can think of. Just let me know, and I'll check it out. Also, don't forget to check our Discord link and the information on how to join our server in the description below.